Okay, hello, I'm back. I've been requested to look over Kugutsu D25. Interesting note, this was my first Phoenix D25 back in September of 2023. It was during CHQAC. I got this before the tournament. I was pretty hyped about it, but now I'm a completely different player. It's actually kind of crazy to think about. Alright, let's get started with this chart overview. EPM's 220, so it's like very fast. So we do have to keep that in mind. It will be very physically taxing given that speed, but there are ways to minimize the physical requirement, which I will describe throughout this video. Okay, first of all, this first half does not fucking matter at all. Like you'll see a common trend in pump charts that it's just very backloaded. Everything's the difficulty comes from the end. Very rarely will it be front ended. For example, what happened D23 comes to mind. This chart backloaded. You got some simple brackets and all that, so let's skip all that. A very funny anchor. I love doing that. Okay, let's get to the good stuff. Okay, so I skipped through all of that because it really is all filler, but I want to stress that overflow is extremely important. Any overflow you could bring to the main meat chunk, the hardest part of the run, the hardest part of the chart, any kind of overflow matters. I just want to stress that. So it's your best interest to try to combo this. Don't drop these holds. Here we go. Alright, here's the beginning of the 25 part of the chart. This drill starts with your left foot. Make sure you remember that. If you start with your right foot, you will get a good chain, which is not ideal because you want to build your life back up or you want to maintain your overflow. Getting a good does not increase your life bar as much as a great or a perfect. Just keep in mind. In fact, I don't know if it increases your life bar at all. So make sure you start this drill with your left foot. Your right foot's going to be anchored on this blue note this entire time. So just keep hitting that blue panel with your right foot to the best of your ability. If you fall off track, you will get a bad chain, which will really hurt your life bar, your overflow. So really hammer that in your head. Alright, let's go back. Your left foot will be traveling. So it will be most of the time it will be on the center panel, but occasionally you will have these stray notes that we have to hit. And it becomes a little complicated, like initially, like it's really straightforward. You could just slide your foot and all that. But when it comes to this stupid red note, this is the blue anchor, the nightmare of me. I fucking hate this. You have to like lift your foot so you don't trigger both the center and the red. You don't trigger the center panel as well, which could lead to a bad chain, which would also kill your overflow. Why am I spending so much time on this section alone? Well, it's like the main keep your overflow moment. So I can't stress how important it is to hit this to maintain your overflow. Some tips I could give to hitting this. If you really do not care about accuracy, you could try bracketing and eat up the goods you get. You could try bracketing red yellow here so you don't have to lift your foot all the way to hit this red. Same for this, you could bracket red yellow. And then here you have a little burst, 220 burst that you have to do, which is really demanding. That BPM is not a joke. But if you really only cared about a clear, you could bracket this red yellow this entire time and then just have your right foot do whatever to hit this side of the panel. Then right after that has these two blue. Just hit these. You just hit this little, simple transition. Same shit. This time your left foot's gonna be anchored. Now for this, you could do it legit. You could also cheat it by cheating it. So you have this hold, right? You're holding this with your right foot. After this hold ends, you can walk across. So you would hit this red note with your right foot and bracket this with your left foot. And then you would hit this red note with your right foot. And then you would hold this center with your left foot. And then like so, you would backwards walk across. If I were any of you, I would just hit it legit. Here, I see two options here. You could one, bracket this, or two, like just play it as intended. If it would be in my best interest to play it as intended, because these center panels do not allow for very friendly bracketing strategies. You would have to figure out a very creative way. So while you're like anchored on these notes with your, let's say, your right foot, your left foot would hit this and somehow would have to hit this. You could figure out a creative way to do it. I do not know. You could possibly, after, when you see this red coming up, you could jump this with this being your left foot and this being your right foot, and then go back to bracketing the drill. That could be an option, but I would do it legit. Here, play this legit, or you could face left and bracket this blue, blue, red, yellow. Then you have this simple 220 bit. You could just hop, hop, hop. So you could hop red, yellow, red, and then blue, yellow, blue to just mash around, get as many goods and bads as you can, or whatever. Just minimize misses. That's the point I'm trying to make. And then, if you haven't seen my Acloius video, this shows up, this walk across. Hit this blue note, and then walk across. Mash, mash, just hop around. 220's fucking hard. If you're trying to go for a clear on this, you probably, chances are you do not have the 220 ability to hit all the runs legit. So I would just hop around. Here we have a full stair coming up. Well, not really a full stair, like more like a P1 sided stair. Just cheat this to the best of your ability. Just left foot, bracket, and then have your right foot hit both of these. And then for this part, give me a second. You would do a gallop kind of motion. So bracket, you bracket this with your left foot, and then you hit the blue, blue 2 times with your right foot. So after this little 2-note bracket you have with your right foot, you would hit this with your left foot, and then right, right with your right foot. So it would be left, right, right, left, right, right. Left, right, right, left, right, right. And then here you have this very conveniently set up bracket arrangement. So while you're bracketing, you hit this with your right foot, then you can hit the right, right with your left foot, then you can hit this with your right foot. Then you could quickly move to facing left and repeat the same process. So left, right, left, left, right, left, left in this case. Then just mash. Walk across, mash. Full stair, you could do a lot of things. If I were anyone, if it were me, I see this. I bracket this with my right foot, and then I hit this blue with my right foot again, and I bracket this. So, bracket, hit this, bracket, with my right foot only. And do the standard double stair cheating. And that's it. This D25, honestly, is one of the easiest ones in the game, in my opinion. So, really, just try it. It's really mashable. That's why I say it's easy. If you're actually trying to do this 220, it's pretty fucking hard. But for clearing purposes, you can mash a lot of this. This was my first Phoenix D25 for a reason. Alright, goodbye.